Don't know the time, I'm letting go. I wanna find someone to love. I feel alive, I think you know. We're getting down, we're getting low. Low, 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 low. We're getting down, we're getting low. Low, low, low.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome at Mexico. We are here for another round of ICR. And we're currently in the 7th season for round 2, as I said, in Mexico. And alongside with me would be Acids, but he just said that he is going somewhere for just a moment.
Don't you worry, I am back.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Acids.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we are, just as I said, in Mexico, and I can see that the lobby timer is already going down. So people are readying up. We are starting very soon. Can I say anything? Well, last time Nico won in the Kickstarter pretty easily after he managed to get out of the leading pack and break up to have a chill race. What he can do now is something that we will see now, and we will see us after the intro. I still love this tune, and as you can see, the intro was quicker than the loading screen. Well, let's have a look. At the bottom you can see some stats about the track that we are racing at today. It is the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. It has 4.3 kilometers in length, over 17 corners if I remember correctly. Yes, I was correctly. And it is 2.5 kilometers above sea level, which we will see now. In the game it is not that important, but in real life it makes so many difficulties for the teams because the downforce isn't as strong as on other tracks. Also, the DRS isn't as strong as you might expect it to be. And this actually is a thing that is programmed into the game, and the DRS effect in the game is very useless on this track, despite the long straight. And we are in qualifying, and the game just for a moment has shown that there is only 70 minutes left, but now it's correct. As of now, telemetry is working. Last week the track map has just shut itself after the game has begun to say that the track suddenly is Melbourne in a practice session, which it definitely wasn't. Oh, and I can see on the telemetry of people changing their setups, because for Edwin, I think, or someone else, it just gone from 10 liters of fuel suddenly down to 5.
Yeah, it is interesting watching that, but they don't need a loss of fuel in their cars, really.
Yeah. Okay, here we are on track now. As of now, telemetry is working. You might see an empty space on the right, okay. To trace it, just no brake challenge right there. And, well, on the right it's an empty space this time during qualifying. I think he actually is doing no brakes. Interesting.
Well, let's hope he uses his brakes in the race.
Yes.
Otherwise, that might turn out disastrous.
Yeah.
But maybe last week as well, the track map maybe got mixed up between Austria and Australia. You know, some people have done it before.
Yeah. I mean, he's holding it pretty well currently. It's on track at least. Let's see how long that lap is valid. Let's see.
Here we go. He starts his lap now. It will stand as it stands. The final corner cut will not invalidate this lap.
Perfect. It's not there at all. The timer. I think the idea of making a last minute change wasn't the best one I did. And I think we will have to rely on something else. Lap data. Yeah, we'll rely on that game on the top right now. Okay. 27 seconds in. And it's a 28 second sector 1, and he used brakes. Incredible. And as of now, it's obviously purple sector 1. Let's see how he continues on this. Okay. Very tight on the curbs, but not too tight. I think you can ride them a bit more. Definitely not using the one on the right, definitely using the one on the left. And just to say something about his sector 1, it has just been beaten by half a second. as he sets the benchmark for the second sector at 27.4. And the next person to go over there will be Nico. And he, the Tracer, is now finishing at 1 minute 14 for now. Nico, here on the other hand, let's see what he does. He does 0.2 tenths faster than to Tracer, so 0.6 in total, if I'm correct. And here we go, it is in 1 minute 13.8, nearly a whole second faster than to Tracer.
Yeah, Happy Man that's slotting into P2 as well. He's 8 tenths down. Silent Shadow into P2. 7 tenths down, which is more 8 tenths, really. Next to the line, though, I believe, is Varun.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's on the natural lap because he's already into the 124s, 25. So maybe he's had 2 warm-up laps and this is the start of his actual lap. But we'll have to wait and see. P5 as it stands, proving that that wasn't an actual lap. Chirp slots into P6, 4 seconds down. So he might be going for 2 warm-ups as well.
Yeah, Warts has just gone second, 0.3 off Nico, so I think if no one who's way quicker will show up now, this is probably a kick pole position in this race, if we take this beginning for granted. And his teammate is X Replays, who's also on a lap right now, and it's not that slow. 27.4 in the second sector as well. And 28.2 in the first. And the third sector. Wow. 18.5 and also 3.5 tenths off Nico. That's incredible. The Saubers definitely are making a statement here for this race.
Yeah, 1-2 as it stands, but 5 people still to set a lap. Can they break the kick celebrations at the moment?
Yeah.
Varun sets the lap. He is in P7, 9 tenths down, so he is last of the people that have actually set a lap. Chirp has just gone across the line. He has improved, but he's 1.8 seconds down.
Yeah. Slavensky Max, I'm not sure where he is in the championship right now. You might know that. I haven't prepared a lot.
I will have a look. Slavensky Verstappen is P7 currently. He finished 7th in Austria, so that automatically puts him 7th in the driver standings.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I will open those standings on my end as well.
You don't have the things on this side.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have any more drivers who are driving currently? Here is Edwin, who's the next one to go on a lap. If I am correct. Oh yeah, and he is...
Going very slowly.
Yep. He is definitely letting Slavensky through. Oh, that was a misclick, sorry. He's letting Slavensky through. Here we go, Slavensky, P7 in the championship, P11 in this qualifying, as he hasn't set a lap yet. Oh, and look, oh, Edwin wants to take a tow. Though it isn't very strong on Mexico, I think it's strong enough to pull him close enough to actually block a bit. So let's see. 2 drivers on a hot lap, back to back. That's interesting. This might get someone in trouble, and I believe it will be Edwin. If Edwin is too quick, he will have to go slower than he could. And I think we have already reached that point of Edwin being blocked somewhat by Slavensky Max.
No, I don't really understand that personally from Edwin. I think he's way too close to that Williams to set a valid lap time for himself, what he probably expects.
Not really hitting the lines.
Yeah, I think he's made a mistake there. He's way too close to that Williams in front of him.
Yep. I can already see or smell that Stewart reported incoming for blocking against Slavensky Max.
I don't think Silencio Max has done anything wrong, though. I mean, he is just on his own flying lap, so I don't see any issue there. Silencio Max in P7. Edwin up to P4, so Edwin was quicker around the lap there.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was kind of joking, but yeah. Okay, there we are. Someone's coming out of a pit lane. Let's see Nico. Again, he... +7 in the first sector. I believe that's not something we should look
I
at.
don't think he's on the lap there.
Yeah, 45 already. No. That's not something that is actually a lap. One sector... Whoa, okay. The game is tripping a bit. It just showed that the first sector was on 1 minute 14. But here, Silent Shadow might have a different name in-game. Oh, it's Stretch, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Stretch. Okay. Oh, and Edwin. Edwin? It says 3 seconds quicker on his... Oh, that's why. Okay. That's
Lucas
why it says 3
P2
seconds
as well.
quicker in Sector 2. Let's see Stretch again, who has been improving his personal sector a bit in the first, but now he's slightly behind. In total, it's about 9 thousandths of a second, so the improvement will be small or not even there. Front wing broken a bit, and that Ferrari definitely had to dodge. Now be careful with reversing. There are cars coming, Mr. Stretch.
Just hope he doesn't get disqualified here.
Okay,
You
there's
stay still for too long.
a bit of the front wing gone, but the car is still driving. Lucas has gone P2, but is not on a lap currently. Who is on a lap is not X3 Place, actually.
Wards has just stolen P2 back from Lucas. He's very close to Nico, 6/100th down.
Yeah. Okay, just in a moment where I wanted to switch to Wards, he set a lap and the button I pressed wasn't the one for Wards anymore. Okay, to Tracer. Now on an actual lap again. Oh, and he's actually improving in the second sector. It's a purple one. And he's aborting it.
It's
Perfect. Varun. Oh yeah, he is 8 thousandths up. But nowhere to be seen. Oh,
yeah, he
that's
has spun.
Okay, that was somewhat a comedic effect here from the camera work. Okay, let's go. Next one. Here we have Chirp. He is improving somewhat. Should be around 5 tenths up now. Where can he go? No position improvement, but the 5.5 tenths that I just predicted. And Happy Man. Acids, what do you say about Happy Man?
Yeah, he's slightly improving through the middle sector. It'll be down to his middle sector time. He is 1.5 tenths up now, going into the stadium section through 13, through 14, and this is meant to be 15 going into 16. I don't believe there is a corner there, but it is classified as a corner anyway. Across the line, it's a 1:14.2, puts him up to P5, 4 tenths behind Nico.
Yeah. Okay, and Happy Man is from the States according to in-game telemetry.
Yep, that is correct.
Okay, yeah. And I think we have 2 drivers on States today. Stretch is one as well, or Silent Shadow in-game. And I think that's the most amount of Americans I have ever seen in a single F1 lobby.
I think there was a few last year. I don't know. I think there was probably 2 last year as well.
I've seen 1 in a league I used to commentate in, but not 2. And what we can see currently on screen is Nico banging out another lap with 6 minutes to go in this qualifying, so he will probably do 1 more run. Oh, sliding a lot there, but it's a safe type of sliding. And just showing that he is on the limit. And look at that. Boarding the lap, of course. Whilst setting a purple sector 2. Why did he abort it? Okay. Interesting.
I think he wasn't up particularly that much through the first 2 sectors, so I think maybe there was more to gain if he went again. And Cal, interestingly, has just only come out of the garage with around 5 minutes to go. And he's going to be setting his first lap now. Hopefully, or at least he will be hoping, he doesn't make any mistakes. Otherwise, going out this late might be a bad idea.
And Lucas, oh, a little bit of locking, but not too bad. He's one of the drivers that have ABS off and use the brakes as much as that it barely locks up. I am one of those drivers.
Same here.
Yeah. And let's have a look. Lucas. Using all of the track here through the S's. And he is improving. 4 tenths up, according to the game. And if 4 tenths up is actually correct, which I mildly doubt, then he is about to go on pole position for now. Let's see what he can do. He takes pole position with barely under a tenth of gap to Nico. So now there's actually a reason for Nico to go out again. And there might be another one, because Warts is improving somewhat. 0.08 up in his first sector. If he can continue that improvement for each sector, he would be on pole as well. And let's see. Oh yeah, 3 tenths up. This is definitely something that Nico will have to go out against. And Warts now around the final corner. Here he goes over that sausage curb. And take it as tight as you can. And that's a pole position with over a tenth of a gap. So definitely a statement from him.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest gaps we've seen so far in this qualifying session. That Lucas and Nico definitely be looking at going again. Lucas quickly in the pits. Quick tyre change for him. What has Ed been doing? Cutting all sorts of corners. He wants to get back to the pits clearly as well.
Yeah, with 3 minutes left to go, you might want to do that.
Yeah, but it's meant to be a penalty point according to the rule book.
Oh yeah.
No, it is a risk, and he is in low fuel mode as well. That will not help him. Chirp is on a lap though, coming into the S section through 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 to follow. Can he keep it flat through here? He does indeed. He keeps that throttle pedal on the floor. DRS open, using all the ERS he has. He's got 5% left as he comes into the stadium section. I didn't clock what his middle sector time was. Anyway, coming around the final couple of corners. Where can he go? Can he improve his position? The answer is no. He stays P11. He does improve his individual time, though. Yes. 1.4 seconds off provisional pole at the minute.
And right behind him is Elliot, IG2, now also going on his final run. Let's see, and if you look at the track map there on the left, you can see P4, P8, P9, and P10 all about to start their lap. They're in the final sector right now. And Ward, I think the number 1 is nowhere to be seen because they are in the pit lane. They are not going for another run.
He is in the pits.
Oh, Lucas has just left the pit lane.
Maybe a bit risky from Ward, thinking he's done enough. Oh, never mind. He has just left his pit garage now.
Okay, very good for him. We have 1 minute 27 left, so that will be a quick outlap from Wards. Is he leaving the pit lane, actually? Yeah, he is. Now it's showing him. Okay.
So you've got probably a 3-second margin to get round and start his next flying lap.
Yeah, he has to cut, definitely, because lap record is 1 minute 17, I believe. Oh, 1:13. Okay. He has to definitely cut there, some corners. But now we have Elliot, at least, going over the line. No position improvement, though there has been lots of time improvement for him. Wards now. Let's see if he can make the clock.
It's going to be interesting to see here. He's left it very, very late. Because he is pushing on his outlap, so it's not going to be good for his tyres at all.
Nico, meanwhile, has some improvement in the first sector, but it is not enough for pole position. it has to be even quicker. Wards, can he raise the clock successfully? 24 seconds left now. It's 20, and I think he can make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he can do it. He is slowing
16.
down, coming into that corner a bit to prepare his
He
final
actually
flying
does it.
lap.
There he is on his lap, but we will look at Nico for just a moment. 1.5 tenths improvement for him. And that might not be enough for pole position, but it could be at least enough for front row for Nico. It's only front
Ooh.
row! Half a tenth has been lacking there. And his opponent, Lucas, also on a good improvement. And if he can continue that improvement for each sector, the Williams driver, he will take back that P2 at least. And it is close in the race for pole position between the Mercedes and the Williams. It's now the turn
Oh, it's gone wide.
for Lucas now, but I think the lap is still valid. Let's see,
No, it
Lucas
isn't.
round the final corner, and he goes only third. Only
I
third.
can
He
confirm
couldn't
that
even
lap
improve his own lap.
was invalid.
It wasn't valid. Yes.
Yeah.
And Ward's even on improvement. Where will he go? Right, Carl has just moved up into P4. And Wards will take this pole position here at Mexico.
Whoa.
Even in new time. 1 minute 13.3.
Exactly 1/4 of a second ahead of P2 there, which is, was it Nico? I think it was. So Wards, unlike in Austria, getting pole by quite a large margin as well. He is on pole. Nico will be alongside him. Lucas and Cal will occupy the second row. Behind them will be Edwin and EX3. Track Racer, Happy Man, Silent Shadow, and Slavensky Verstappen that complete the top 10. And outside the top 10, Vroon, Elliott, and Chirp.
And I'm actually happy because the program that we use to manage results in this season actually just sorted everybody correctly in the result, and I didn't have to do a single thing. And it is another point in the championship for Wards. And we will see us in just a moment after the intro has run again.
Okay.
And welcome back. At Mexico, we will have a formation lap, I think.
Yep.
Okay. And I read online just a couple days ago that that might cause the telemetry bug. So if the track map is suddenly not there anymore in just a moment, we know why.
I mean, it's still there, or the drivers aren't in the right place.
Oh.
It's disappeared.
Yeah, but that's normal, I think.
Ooh, everything's resetting.
Yeah, on the telemetry on the right, it's still saying that the qualification has finished, so it hasn't received new packets yet. Please work correctly.
Someone's going 316 kilometers an hour still, apparently.
And it's saying Mexico race for now. Okay.
It's
Tire
loaded.
situation. Formation lap tire situation is we have everybody on mediums except Tracer and Stretch. Yeah. Okay, couple drivers going into pause. And I can see Tracer and Slavensky having some parts of telemetry private. Anyways, let's see. Edwin has mediums. Everybody has mediums except Tracer. And Stretch, just as I said. Not much more to say. I can see if we look at fuel. I won't say exact numbers for reasons. But Edwin has way more than the rest. Do you see it? Oh. Wards has spun. Okay, I was just looking at telemetry and just saw Wards has spun and Red Carl has been disqualified. I haven't looked at it. Oopsie. Let's see if the replay has captured it. Okay, no, it hasn't. Sad. So, not much to see there. Sad. And you might have seen that little line on the right there. This is what we call a python. And it will display you the stadium, apparently. Now, what I actually wanted to say is... Oh, Wards has left the session, actually. He disconnected.
Gotta sort that out quick.
Yep. And we will go for the 5 flights, probably without Wards. Yeah, we will go for the 5 flights without Wards.
I've still got a good view of the buildings. But anyway, you take us away on the lights.
You just play, just press 2. And...
Yeah.
Keyboard. Okay, and there we go. It's now a Melbourne practice session. And we go for 5 flights here at Mexico. Let's go in there. Nico has gone way good off the line. Wars has been disqualified by the game for some reason. And here we go. Nico takes the lead into turn 1 probably, but we have a little fight behind there. Lucas takes P2. Will he? Yeah, the McLaren has gone round. And I think because Wards has been disqualified, I think some Mercedes drivers might call for a restart. Just a theory, and we have another battle here. In the back there is X3 Place against the Mercedes. And it's gone in favor of Happy Man. The Alpine going wide a bit there, as you can see. And now it has calmed down just ever so slightly. Oh, that's the Mercedes going wide, definitely. I think he made it, actually. Okay. Okay, yes, Aces, any update on Wards? Well, he has been disqualified by the game.
Not at the minute. I will keep you updated when and if I get it.
Yes. And we are done with lap 1. That has rhymed, and we can see that the Williams is getting side to side with that Sauber. It's quite far back, actually. The perspective has trolled a bit here. And here it's that other Sauber taking a position, and Happy Man now has the Williams behind him. And let's see. There we go. X3 Place. Well, X3 Place, contending champion, who wants to defend his title, but in a P5 you don't take a title, especially if your teammate is in P1. Currently, X3 Place in the entire championship is P5 as well, with 10 points. So he would just double this amount of points currently. And I just noticed that the Python thing that I created has just hidden again, because it is programmed to only show up when the session is a race. Oh, and they're going 3 right here and into the stadium, and the right car is the one to suffer from it, as always. Why did they go 3 wide into the stadium? Wow.
Rather interesting one. I've got an update on Wards, and apparently he did just leave because he's got another league.
Lol.
So I find it interesting why he turned up in the first place. But anyways, that doesn't matter. We will move on with this race.
Yeah. Okay, so sadly no beautiful Python on the right side, because the game is saying it's a practice session, and yeah, my overlay is programmed to only show up on a race session. And there we go. It is the McLaren going for a dive bomb. And he is actually succeeding it. Well done, well done. Lucas at the front, still sticking to that kick Sauber. And look at that.
Here, Lucas has hired himself a lovely race engineer to guide him through these race sessions. So I'm sure his tactics, his strategy will be tip-top. Today, yeah. Nico will be up against it. Has he got the pace and the strategy to stay in front? I don't think he'll have the pace to stay in front, especially down the straight now, because Lucas has the RS and is past. So Lucas into the lead way before turn 1.
Oh, speaking pit lane for Chirp, 10 seconds on his time at his next pit stop. Not the one he is doing currently. Let's see what he is doing. Okay, yeah, you can't see a thing if the game gives you that camera. He is on the hard tire now. And there we go. That's Lucas. And Edwin and Actually Place there are going side by side. It's also Tracer going wide, who actually is not doing any no braking challenge.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully. And very good of this on his end. And Lucas, as of now, is holding the lead. Well, now let's see. If there is any safety car, I will use that opportunity to quickly reprogram my overlay so the Python is at least shown. And there we go. Let's see. Okay, the gap thing is updating very interestingly. Oh, and Lucas has just lost the lead again against Nico.
Yeah, I think the lead is going to be swapping around quite a lot in Australia. I think it's going to be exactly like Austria last race, just with a couple of less people. Obviously, Cal will be disappointed to lose so many positions off the start. He would be hoping to be up here. Chirp has retired in the pit lane. Obviously, he was falling quite far back and had that 10-second pit lane penalty.
Yeah. Now let's see. The Williams trying to follow, and we got not that big of a leading pack as we had last week, but still a pack. And because it was hidden by the game telemetry, we will now have a in-game track map at least. And there we go. Oh, look at that Sauber. It's pretty close. Elliott already getting a track limit time penalty. And look at them. Is the Sauber going for a dive? No, he's not. He's trying to hold it back. Oh, bit of a lockup there. Because here's another DRS zone right behind, and look at Tracer. Even bonking him in the rear, and now going for an overtake on the Sauber. On the championship leader, Tracer goes for the inside. And I think he will bring down the Sauber for P3, but no. Nico can hold it in P2 with lots of wheel banging there. And I think there might be even some slight damage on one of the cars. But they're both still driving. And meanwhile now Lucas, he's laughing there at the front because he now got kind of a gap. And if Nico and Tracer don't think enough now, they will battle it again and then lose so much time to Lucas that he will get out of DRS range, and he will go off into the distance, never to be seen again.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. They do want to keep within that 1 second barrier of Lucas. I think Nico here is going to keep it. The DRS is keeping them within that 1 second mark. That Tracer isn't particularly posing a threat this time around. Maybe it'll change going into turn 4. Further back, Cal and Silent Shadow have both overtaken the Rune, and they are fighting it out into the chicane. Back to the front though. Nico and Tracer stay as they were going on to lap number 7.
Yeah, and well, Edwin has just gotten 3 seconds worth of time penalty for the track limits. They are pretty hard to follow on this track because of those S's. If you only slightly miss the racing line, you're pretty much over the track limit immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty harsh around this track. They've got to watch out, and they keep on coming now. Happy Man, the next victim to the track limits here at the Mexican GP track. Look, they have fallen away from Lucas the front too as well.
Yeah, and the right call, I think.
Oh, it's a
Yes,
safety
yes.
car! And Nico's been spun round!
Yes, oh yeah. Nico has been spun around, actually, yes. There he is in P6 now. And the right car also has lost a front wing at the same time. Completely separate incidents from each other. But they happened, and now pit strategies are getting fumbled a lot. And I think Lucas just missed the pit entry. Or it's just the engineer doing engineer things. Because one thing I can talk about here is I know the engineer. I know who he is. And it might be the reason that you might see that TCAS logo there slightly shown in the middle of the screen. And I am the owner of TCast, and that engineer is the owner of TCast Esports.
There we are. Of course, ICR partnering with TCast for the streams and media broadcasting this year.
Yeah.
Well, not season, and hopefully, and probably seasons follow on.
Yeah. It's very it's a lot
but
of fun.
yeah, back to the well, not the restart, when the safety car came out, I think Lucas did miss the pit entry. Track Tracer, I think, did as well, but when the safety car came out, I think Nico very quickly slammed on the brakes. Track Tracer didn't, and that put Track Tracer into Nico, causing the kick to spin round. Track Tracer didn't pit. I think he was half in two minds of, oh, I've just hit a kick, Sauber.
And
But
the
he
right
didn't
call,
think about it much. How? That's interesting. Penalties under safety car.
I think since Lucas has already cashed the safety car, the delta isn't there anymore. So you can go any speed that you want if you want to catch up to the safety car. And I think whilst doing that, the right call has, well, picked up another track limit while driving
Yeah,
at
not
racing
ideal
speed.
for him. Not ideal for him. It's definitely an avoidable penalty. Lucas pitting when pretty much everyone is behind him, so he's down to P10 now. That isn't ideal for his race. Track Tracer yet to pit, and this safety car put EX3 up to P2. He now has pit. Track Tracer, the only one to pit, and his laps are still only 8 laps old, so I think maybe he'll be hoping for a safety car further on in this race, around that 20 potentially.
And I will use that safety car period quickly to fill that screen on the right side, because it's, well, pretty empty right now. And there is something. We now have the current standings before the race. That's something to show there. And now you can see that Slavinsky Max and Sharp are on equal points currently. Sharp has, well, DNF from the race, has retired on his own. And Slavinsky Max is in P11 out of points as well. Nico is the championship leader, P5, after getting hit by Tracer. I think that's gonna get a nice report for the FIA to handle. And if Acid saw it correctly, that will be one thing to be very, very debatable. Who was at fault there?
Yeah, it did look an interesting one at first sight. I think, I don't know. At first sight, I couldn't really pick out who was at fault. But anyway, safety car restart is just about to happen to just take us away.
Yes, okay. And we are going pretty much now to Tracer. He is going for it. And look at him weaving. He can only do that once in the rules, and he does it only once. And that Sauber is still reaching him, probably. Yeah, going for that outside into turn 1. Thanks, game, for not showing a single thing, but Tracer looks to be holding it, and the X3 Plays wants to stay on that inside. But he backs out after realizing, okay, that's not it. And Tracer now, thank you, boys. Tracer now defending the inside again for that chicane, and X3 Plays is holding on it again. And I think Tracer, yeah, he is going wide, and he's letting X3 Plays through, or is he? Picking up another track limit now. Elliot also getting a penalty, just like Tracer just did, and he's holding it in the SS, and he's now got the karma for doing so. Going down to P3, Edwin. Nico has just gotten a position against Stretch. And it's a safety car, apparently, according to the thing that is shown in the top left there. But I can tell you it's not. We are still
It is
racing.
an annoying bug. It will be there until there is a yellow flag. It is another bug in the game. We had it last season as well. Which it's a shame. Lucas and Elliot fighting going into the final call. And you don't normally see a fight out of the stadium section. Lucas passed Elliot.
Sorry, I interrupted you there, I think. Yeah, and
Don't
Nico
worry.
now going for it against Tracer, but he is holding it different to his teammate. His teammate would have probably just left a bit of... put one of the tires on the outside of the track, just forcing himself next to him. And now we have Nico going for it against the V-Carb. And I think he is through, or is he? Oh, to Tracer again, abusing a little bit of track limits and still holding it. Will he learn from his mistake and back out into the S's? No, he won't. He is still going for it. And will it happen once again? No, this time at least without a collision. And controller just disconnected. Thank you for nothing. I'm sorry. And okay, keyboard. Oh, and that is the Haas going for it, pushing off the Tracer. What is happening currently? And they're fighting through the stadium. Wow, Stretch holding onto it there. Through the stadium, which is a part you usually don't battle at. And the Tracer has just lost the position whilst we couldn't see it. And there is
Varun in the Ferrari getting involved now. The V-Carb and the Ferrari side by side. But the V-Carb just edging out ahead going into turn one. Ferrari does not send it going into turn one. And for me, the Ferrari is a bit laggy. Cal right on the back of the Ferrari as well. It is a DRS train from P1 to P7 at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. We have multiple battles going on at the same time right now. Oh, and I see Tracer is missing some of the front wing. And also getting 6 seconds and time penalties now. Oh, and Tracer nearly losing it. That was very, very, very close. And yeah, now he's just not giving a flying F anymore. And I think he will be retiring in the pit lane.
Yep, I think that'll be happening as well. These drivers do get a bit on edge sometimes, I think, when it doesn't go as they expect. Yeah, it goes a bit wrong. He is majorly slowing down.
Yeah, I think to let some people through, and there he is. Yep, going to the pit lane, and we will see that.
Yep.
But we can thank him.
Meanwhile, EX3 in the lead.
But we can thank him. He just removed that safety car banner in the top left.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think we can look at a replay probably if they don't do things. No. Okay. Here we go. Let's look at this again. There, front wing already gone. Picking up another set of time penalties, and then just driving on the grass and completely losing it.
I think he was pushed wide a bit, caught himself on the grass, and that caused him to lose it into the wall. And that resulted in his DNF. We got 10 runners left. If you finish, you're going to get points.
Yes. And let's have a look at who is finishing in what position. We currently have a Sauber Red Bull sandwich. And let's see if Edwin can free himself from it. Or if he is getting freed from it by Nico. And this is very close. This is like DRS train from hell. And Edwin definitely is going for it even before the first turn. And Nico might even go through as well against his teammate. Not risking too much against Edwin. Only picking up their position. And X3 Players has just gone from first to third in a single straight.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes at Mexico. If you're in the lead, you've got cars behind you with DRS. That can and will happen. So he won't be happy, but I don't think he'll be too unhappy because he knows that he might be able to do the same next lap as well.
Yeah.
It's a yellow flag somewhere. It was sector 2. It was a very quick one,
Yeah.
which is now gone.
I think one of the Alpines. So, Elliot. Because he just lost some time.
Is this a bit of DRS chicken going on here?
Extra
Nico.
place has gone wide. And let's see. They're going on the straight now again. Edwin this time in the lead with 2 Saubers right behind him, ready to overtake him. The first one is going for it now. It is Nico, his teammate, with a bit of more gap behind. And I think he won't go past, or will he? He has just gone for it against Edwin, taking a late dive bomb against that Red Bull driver. But he cannot make it past. But now Edwin's definitely aware of his presence. And he will be just once again. Because now that Sauber is going for the inside through the chicane. And Edwin is backing out. It's a kick. Sauber 1-2. Oh, and there's another overtake right behind. Oh, and that Haas and Red Bull nearly collided. They noticed it quick enough to avoid collision with a wall. But that could have gone pretty Sainz Paris pretty quick.
Could have been they escaped. What could have been a crash there, or as I like to call it, death. But they are still intact, and they will still be racing. And Nico, I was going to say, has crawled away from the X3, but I think maybe slowing down to aid his teammate with DRS down this back main straight. Sorry, I think that is a smart move from Nico to slow down a bit, give his teammate the DRS to protect him from a possible threat behind.
Yeah, and the threat from behind is getting another threat from behind. It is the Haas, once again, this time pretty safely going past the Red Bull. And it is now still a kick 1-2, but a Haas is on the podium. So Nico Hülkenberg, C, that's how you do it. Yeah, as a German still waiting for that freaking podium. Okay.
Well,
Let's see what these drivers can do for another 20 laps here in the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. If I remember the name correctly, Elliot cannot do lots of good stuff. He can pick up 3 seconds for track limits. And now he has a total of 9 seconds already. Just does the right call, actually, who is pretty close to Edwin currently. And Lucas in P6. I think that call from his engineer to go to the pits on the second safety car lap might have not been their best call. Because pretty much everyone ahead of them already has made a stop. And they're still P6. And there is maybe one stop coming. I don't believe there will though. And Edwin. Oh yeah. Bit of a struggle for the Red Bull driver currently. He just competed with the drivers ahead and now he has some trouble from coming from behind. And X3 Place also has some trouble because that Haas is in his gearbox pretty much. Look at that, how close he is following. And I think that Haas will go past even now on this DRS straight. Will he? Okay, he might not. But right behind him there are fights. The Red Bull has just gone past. No, he's not gone past. He was ahead already. And did I lose Aces or is he still there?
Nope, I am still here. The Haas was giving it a good go on the X3 through them S's, but he's now got to do the work on the main straight instead. Thing is with him, is the car ahead of him has DRS, but I don't think it's going to matter much. He's going to choose the outside line.
Yeah, and those...
The X3 keeps it ahead.
Yeah, and those rear up ahead are also having a little fight now. Sauber currently doing a good job at teamwork. As of now. Because now that Sauber signals, yeah, I want to go past you. I am the quicker driver. but they're not actually going for it. Because if you look at the right now, you can see Sauber is leading the championship, and they need to protect those points. Haas currently last. So Silent Shadow, aka Stretch, being third currently is very good. Lots of points for Haas. I'm not sure how many though.
It's a yellow flag. It's Cal. He spun down the straight.
Yeah. Let's see if something was caught on the replay about that. And for now, we will look at this. Let's see. Replay. Anything. We will have to look at the background. There is a McLaren that you can see. Let's see in the background. Anything. Oh, yeah. Just hitting the wall. And we got a yellows in the Sector 3 again. The right call. Still. Well,
He's driven into
drifting.
wall, is he? I didn't know what's going on there. He's trying to get himself out of the wall.
Yeah. And he has just gone out of the wall again. Never mind. He just looked for another wall.
Bottas.
Yeah, Bottas, yeah. And right call just got another 3 seconds for track limits. And I think, yeah, he retired.
They don't have much resilience, do they, these drivers? One mistake and they're out.
Yeah. That's an interesting attitude here in the league. And we will have those people, but we also will have those people here up front. Nico, again, a little bit about to actually go out of the DRS window for his teammate, and I think he will be letting him catch up a bit here through the stadium, so that X3 Place is mildly safe from that Haas behind. And I think that Stretch will now have a Red Bull on his side in just a couple seconds. Let's have a look if that happens. Oh yeah, and the Red Bull is definitely catching up, just as the Williams behind the Red Bull. But no one is attempting an overtake, and the gap that Nico just had has already closed again. And whilst there's not much overtaking currently, but it is a pretty close fight, and I believe with 16 laps to go, this result that we have currently won't be the final one. What do you think, Acids? Will we have lots of change? Will it stay like that probably, or maybe 1 or 2 overtakes? Or just nothing. Okay. Lucas, who I just talked about having might not the best strategy, now actually has catched up again. And he is trying to get past that Red Bull, and they're tire locking. There was at least some pixels showing that there has been collision, but I believe there hasn't been any damage. Yeah, looks good. Stretch actually has a front wing damage. Elliot has front wing as well. Oh, and I think I know why Red Carl has retired, because on telemetry it's saying he had rear wing damage before retiring.
Ooh.
Also interesting, but for Lucas and Edwin there is no damage shown at all yet, because they're going into the battle once again. Here for the outside goes the Williams, and the Red Bull's making it tight for him. And the Williams also backing out there. Edwin putting on all he can do against the Williams. Oh, and smart strategy from Lucas there. Just making it look like he will go for it. And Edwin actually had to miss the apex a bit because he was scared. And X3 Place just got 3 seconds. And it is 6 in total now, which would set him back a lot. I believe at least P6 for X3 Place as of now.
Silent Shadow with a 3-second time penalty in a podium position. That's not very good for him, but the drivers around him also have penalties. The X3 has 6 seconds of penalties. Lucas in P5 has none. He is battling Edwin down this straight. It's not really a battle because Lucas is just passed before turn 1. And the hits at the front are keeping it in line. They're keeping it intact, and it's Nico keeping it in the lead. The X3 is not putting any pressure on his teammate at all.
Yeah, Sauber are controlling the race pretty good. And I think, oh yeah, look at Edwin. He's definitely looking for an overtake. Look at how close he is in that gearbox of the Williams. But he's not making a move yet. And I think it would be smart for both drivers just to not battle a lot, because they do not want to miss on the leading train, because if anything happens, they will be the one to profit if they're not the one involved in an incident. But currently, Extra Place ahead of them has a penalty and Stretch has one as well. So they obviously want to stay there, stay close to Extra Place, especially because that's a free position if they can hold it close. And I'm not sure what the total gap is. Elliott, 3-second time penalty. That's a total of 15 now for him. Oh, and oh yeah, Stretch has just gone out of the DRS window of that Sauber ahead of him. So they are doing really, really, really well. But he managed to keep it in for now.
Yeah,
Question
the thing is,
did he get the DRS measurement before? We will see it now. Yes, he did. So he will be able to close it, and those Saubers are now swapping positions, maybe. Actually, players at least wanted to do so, but Nico didn't. And Edwin picking up 3 seconds. That is 6 seconds for him in total now.
I think Lucas in P4, he's just got to keep it on the track, and he's going to collect P2 here for him in the Williams. I think it's going to be another P2 for him, another P1 for Nico as it stands, who will complete the final spot on the podium.
Did Nico just go wide? I think he did.
I don't know. I can look on the race director.
Yeah, I will have a look in a moment with the replay. Slovensky, Max picking up 3 seconds. It is 6 seconds for him in total now. And the only drivers without a penalty yet are Lucas and Nico. So I think that is why Actually Players hasn't gone for it yet, because he is going for it now. He's past his teammates. It's still a Sauber 1-2, but, well, just a Sauber 1-2.
Yeah, it's a swap of the Sauber 1-2 and the X3. He's had enough of Nico's face. And I wonder if Nico's going to try and back the pack up here to give EX3 a distance to everyone else.
Look at that. Oh, and I think it might actually be smart or intentional from the Saubers to swap, because you could see Extra Place had 95, like around 90% of ERS before passing, and Nico was around 40. And now they have swapped positions, and it's rapidly rising for Nico and rapidly sinking for Extra Place. So I think they might be swapping for ERS efficiency, because now they effectively have a double battery. Oh, and look, the Haas here. He is down a position pretty much before the DRS is even opened. But not yet. He can still hold on. And I think that might cost them the DRS. And the Saubers are also swapping again. Oh, look at that Williams trying to force it. And the Haas is trying to force himself up ahead again. And that Williams is getting spun round, I believe. Oh my god. That was not it from the Haas. And I think that might actually be a report after the race. Let's see if they do any battles. If not, we will look at that scene again. And I think they're not doing any battles. There we go. We can see in there. Look at the Haas just holding on there, and then here cutting him off. So I think if there is anything that Williams wants to report, they will actually be in favor in very probable cases. And that Haas is not giving up. He's going for it once again. This time he's the one nearly getting cut off by the Williams. But he can still hold it on, and the Saubers have just gone out of DRS range for the Williams. And I think that has just killed all win chances for everybody not in the DRS train.
Yeah, the field has separated a bit. There's a gap between P1 and 2, and now P2 and 3. P3, 4, and 5 are still fighting though. Edwin, I think we're almost forgetting, is within DRS of the Williams and the Haas. He has just grabbed himself the popcorn and sitting back for the show that is just folding out in front of him. He hasn't done much. I think he is just waiting for a mistake to happen with both of these drivers to collect the podium place.
Yeah, but don't wait too long, because at some point the race is gonna have an end. And I think Edwin is just doing the Formula E strategy, which, by the way, is racing at Mexico on this circuit as well. And if you don't know the Formula E strategy, it is don't having free air as long as you can to save energy, and then in the last 3 laps, let's say, use all the saved energy and just try to become first. That's the Formula E strategy.
Silent Shadow is now out of Lucas's DRS as well, so the field is separating, and with DRS, I think it is now just Edwin that has DRS on the Haas ahead of him.
Yeah, Lucas
and now he's going to take the opportunity to pass.
Yeah, Lucas is trying to get into the DRS. Yeah, Edwin ahead of the Haas, and Lucas, yeah, he really is close to getting into that DRS of the Saubers again. So if they push enough, they can actually regain a chance of win that I just said they lost, but they might have not.
The field coming back together a bit again. Everyone in the top 5 in each other's DRS again. So we've seen the reverse on this lap than we did last lap. Edwin maybe falling away in P4, but Lucas and the X3 have closed the gap to Nico in the lead.
Yeah, he did, and Edwin now trying to fight himself back into the DRS of Lucas. Oh, and hey, he barely missed it, I think. Very barely. Let's see if that front wing, rear wing opens. Now we will have to wait just a moment. No, it doesn't. It's staying closed. It's sealed. And those Saubers here up front are just enjoying their time. And did Lucas get DRS?
Lucas did get DRS, I can confirm that.
Yeah, okay, there. Let's see if that rear wing opens. Yes, it does. He did get DRS. Okay, so those Saubers are just pulling each other so good that Lucas still is getting out of DRS range. Interesting. Oh, and look, they now lost lots of time, I believe. Oh, some brake tapping there, or at least the lockup tapping. And Lucas has just driven himself back into the leading pack, just from pure pace, so don't underestimate him. And I think I said that exact same sentence last week as well, but he told me in a DM that he and both the Saubers will be in a championship fight, probably. And look at it, he is right once again. On the right side you can see Lucas is P1 in the championship, and and Nico is P1 in the championship, and Lucas is P2. So actual place getting lots of points in this one race, and now Lucas wants to spoil the party from the Saubers a bit. Oh yeah, and look, actual place going defensive after they have probably not having had to fight for quite some laps. I think it might have been 7 or something like that. Let's see. Okay.
Edwin and Silent Shadow pretty much are out of this fight now. Edwin 2.4 seconds back from the top 3. Obviously the Haas still within his DRS, but the main battle now is the top 3. Of course, EX3, the only one with a time penalty out of the top 3, but he has 6 seconds of them, which definitely is not good for him.
Yeah. Look at it. Wow, very close racing now. Lucas. 0.2. is the gap currently, 0.2. And I think it might be under 0.2 and under 0 very, very soon. Is it? No, I believe it's not. Elliot getting another 3 seconds now, totaling up to 18. That's an impressive number just from track limits.
Have you seen in season 3? It's not as much as Williams combined. Season 3 Qatar, the Williams team got 45 seconds on penalties.
After the mistake from the Sauber, but he couldn't quite make it. Just a little bit of assassination on that rear tire. And what I know from season 3 is that BMH managed to get just in a 90-degree angle, but not a 90-degree angle of spinning, but 90-degree of rotating the car sideways.
Yeah, was that at Brazil?
Yeah, on the back straight, I believe.
The Reta Oposta. That's the wrong track, though. That's the wrong race. This is the race you want to focus on. Lucas is very close to EX3 in the kick.
Yeah.
They're both using their ERS. They're both on similar percentages. And they've both stopped using their ERS at similar points of time as well. EX3 is going for it on Nico.
Yeah, oh my god, now the Saubers are battling as well. And then Williams is saying buenos noches, como estas, and wants to get the position as well. But he can't make it past.
No, he can't. That was a good opportunity for him, though, but he couldn't take advantage of it, and it is still Nico in the lead. EX3 didn't actually complete that overtake in the end. Slovensky Verstappen in the other Williams is up to P4, by the way.
Yeah.
Didn't notice that. Edwin and Stretch both losing a position.
He's just gone up, like right in the moment that these two here have battled as well. Williams, in this race, is doing a really, really great job. And while they're currently still losing out in the championship on Sauber, they are not losing much.
There's contact. EX3's been spun. Lucas is the one that's come better off of the contact.
Yeah.
EX3 down to P3.
And Nico is having a laugh again.
Is that what Nico needed to get himself away from this fight? Is that the race win in his hands now? Let's look at the replay. It was Lucas on the inside. Did EX3 give him the space he needed? Or did Lucas go too ambitious into that corner?
Yeah, we can't
that will be an FIA verdict.
Yeah, we can't tell from that perspective. Though it is one perspective that might be used later on. And we only have 4 laps left to go. And now, well, Sauber's still getting more points than the Williams, but this could change very soon if Slovensky actually manages to somehow close a 2-second gap to extra place. But I believe this won't happen. So let's do the math. There is 25 points for Nico and 15 for extra place, so 35, the same amount that they have currently. So they will go for the 70 after this race, currently. And Lucas is getting 18 points, and Slovensky Max is getting 12. So this is plus 30 for them, and they currently have 26 points. So they will have 56 after, aka a 14 points gap, and I'm getting called by a friend. I hope they don't call me on Discord as well, because that would be bad. It happened once to me already. I would just
Again,
commentating.
The best way. It'll be over very soon, though. There's not long left to go in this race. Happy Man and Varun further back fighting it out. Fair play to them. They are still going. Happy Man past the Ferrari.
Okay, and there we go. Varun. Oh, he's on the inside, but he's not going past. And Lucas. now. Well, Lucas actually quick enough to catch up to Nico here. But will it be enough? Those two drivers who are now in the lead haven't got a single time penalty in this race yet. So as of now, everything counts. It counts who is going over the line first. And if you don't, you're not the first.
3 laps to go, and it is a fight now of who gets in front of the other driver. Penalties, well, post-race, it may sort out this fight, but currently it will not. They will want to both win it on the track, and Lucas is very close to doing so. He has closed that gap to Nico. I don't think he'll be overtaking down this straight into turn 4. Maybe he'll have to wait till next lap.
Yeah, and Stretch should have to push a bit, because if he can push enough, he might even make it up to P4 with post-race penalties. Because he only has 3 seconds in total. And Edwin ahead has 9 seconds, so that's definitely passed. And Slovensky Max has 6. So if we combine 1.8 plus 1.2, or 1.3 now, that's 3.1 in total. So very, very close. So he might make it for P4 in total. Let's see if he can do it, or if Williams can hold that P4. That will be crucial in the championship.
Yep, it will indeed. Back to the front though. 2 laps to go now. The clock, is ticking for Lucas if he wants to make a move for the lead. Nico very low on the RS. Lucas has the advantage with the battery, and I think he will wait until the last lap. So Nico can't get him on the last lap. He is going to be recharging all he can this lap. Regenerate all of the battery he can. Will he do it into turn 4? The answer is no. He will hang back. He will have 1 lap left to do it. And that will be lap 36 out of 36.
Yes, it's the same amount of laps that we had last week at Austria. And wow, now this is getting very, very intense for both drivers. I do not want to know what poles they currently have. It's probably at least over 150. Oh, and look! Whoa! And how close he's getting there.
There's going to be some DRS checking, I can tell you. Out the city. Oh, Nico! He is spun around. He's lost the race lead at the death of the race. Lucas won't need to battle it out for P1. He has been gifted the race lead, and surely now the race win.
Yeah, that is probably the race win. And look at that Alpine getting left.
He is going for it.
And Slovensky Max, he is going for it. Oh, and he's running off track there. Oh, this might be something. Oh, 3 seconds for him on his account now. And this is 9 seconds in total for him. So he just lost P4 as well.
Nico is being brought into this fight as well. He definitely wouldn't be expecting to be in this fight.
Oh, and look at it.
Lap ago, EX3's in P2. There's contact between Nico and Slovensky Max.
Oh, God. Okay. Let's have a look again here at that spin just once. And, well, we can see in just a moment. There he goes round.
Oh,
Nothing to do with that Williams, who now is going around the final corner. Williams takes the win in Mexico. It is Lucas taking the line with the fastest lap, with a thrilling battle right until the end, with a spin and some drama and crashes. What a finish of this Mexican race, and Stretch actually makes P4. And this will cost Williams quite some points that they might need in that race, in that championship race.
Just to correct yourself, it was Elliott in the Alpine that got the fastest lap there in the end. Yeah, 2 bonus points for him there as he gets 21 seconds of time penalties now. He got fastest lap. That's, I think, 4 points for him to take away from this race. I mean, he's not going to complain about that, even though he has 21 seconds of time penalties.
Yeah.
But the ending there, not what I expected at all.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, you can put that on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, I will be. We needed something for the shorts, and that will be it.
Yeah, and we now just wait for that Alpine finishing his race. Here he is. In the stadium, taking the final cheer of the crowd.
The fireworks going off in the background.
Yeah, and here is the winner of this race. It is the Williams of Lucas. As of now, because there might be some time penalties being given, I believe. And I hope, since you watched my tutorial about handing out penalties and racing tools. If I made one, actually. I don't know if I made.
Can't say I have, but I'll have to.
I think I didn't even make a
watch.
tutorial for it, so I might have to.
Oh, okay. Worst case, I can just tell you what penalties are whose.
Let's look at the in-game result for now. That standings graphic is held out of date now. And no, we don't look at the in-game results currently. We will look at the finish here. The podium is a Williams on top. Haven't seen that in ages. AKA 12 years. And some engineers celebrating. And the Sauber right next, that's something that you would see in Season 10 of Career Mode. A Williams and double Sauber podium. But no, it is not Season 10 of Career Mode, it's Season 7 of ICR. Thank you for watching. Let's have one last look at those results here. Lucas takes the first position and 25 points. Nico and Extra Plays make it a double podium for Sauber after dominating that race for so long and having a spin ruin it all at the end. Stretch can take those 12 valuable points for Haas, which will put them up in the championship a lot, and Slovensky Max picks up 10 points for Williams. Thank you for watching. We will see us next week again at a race that I, again, don't remember where it was.
Canada.
Yeah, calendar. It is at Canada. Okay, thanks for watching. Up to the next one.
So, this is quite interesting here. Apparently,